Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week at the NSEP.com's Adam versus James. This week we're playing Modern! Woo. Yay! So I put together this deck that I've been wanting to try out for a while now. It's a blue-white-red Splinter Twin deck. For those of you who don't know how Splinter Twin works and whatever, I'll go over that right now. So we play Restoration Angels, Deceiver Exarchs, I have a Proxy Pestermite, and a Village Bellringer. What these all do is untap something when they come into play. And the card that makes everything happen is Splinter Twin. So you Splinter Twin a Deceiver Exarch, tap the Deceiver Exarch that has Splinter Twin on it to make a new copy of the Deceiver Exarch. When that Deceiver Exarch comes into play, it untaps the original that made it that has the ability to make one. And then you make another one. And you do this as many times as you want and make like an infinite number of whatevers. The interaction also works with kiki-jiki Mirror Breaker. Just make copies of dudes, untap kiki-jiki, and continue to make copies of dudes. It's an instant win on the spot, and it's relatively instant speed because most of all the dudes that you copy have flash, and then you just put a Splinter Twin on them on your turn and win the game. Beyond that, we have pretty much all value cards or cards that help us pull this off or survive to pull this off. Wall of Omens is excellent in Modern right now because it's an extremely aggressive format, and it blocks everything, draws you a card, and you can Splinter Twin it to make like a Phyrexian Arena or whatever you want to call it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I would hold off on making that play for like control matchups when you can do that, and it's actually like a really ton of value, and I would suggest it, recommend it. Then we have Spellskate in the main. It helps to avoid other main deck hate because if they kill your dude in response to a Splinter Twin, you fizzle. So Splinter Twin helps to prevent that. It's also like another copy of Wall of Omens in the fact that it's just a giant blocker that a lot of people have trouble getting through. He's also really good against like infect decks and like the enchantment decks and things like that because you can steal all their stuff, and it's just a pretty unique main deck answer to a lot of main deck threats out there. Remain's arguably the best counterspell in this kind of deck because we really just need one turn to go off, and Remand will bias us that one turn whether or not we're countering one of your counterspells or just slowing down some aggression and drawing a card. It's a great tempo counterspell, and this is a tempo-like deck. We just 1, 2, kill that, counter that, go off. Remand fits that role perfectly. Beyond that, we have our removal package. Now, this list is splashing white for removal cards and Restoration Angel as a combo piece. And you get to play Path of Exile and Lightning Helix. That's the pros of playing in 3 colors. You get some stronger removal, arguably the best removal of the format in Path of Exile, or Path to Exile. So playing Path to Exile, playing Lightning Bolts, and playing 2 Lightning Helixes, and a Pyroclasm. So this deck is very much like anti-creatures, doesn't want to get blown out, doesn't want to get killed quickly. Pyroclasm is really good right now with all the Burning Tree emissaries running around, all that kind of stuff. And then we have a Snapcaster Mage to give all of our 1-drops more value. Most of our deck is creatures and an enchantment, so Snapcaster isn't the most useful. That's why we only play 1. So we're really just looking to bring back any of these or maybe a remand if the game goes that late. And then our lands are pretty simple, all in the colors. Things to note in our mana base: 8 fetch lands and 4 colonnades. Colonnades an excellent win condition if the game goes late, or if they interrupt you in your combo piece, or somehow get rid of your Splinter Twins or anything like that. You can definitely kill them with Colonnades. It does a very good job. 2 Cascade Bluffs for mana fixing, a Sacred Foundry, Steam Vents, Holofounds, all stuff that we can fetch up. And we have some basics because something like Blood Moon is a thing. So that's the main deck. We'll head over to the sideboard. Alright, so here we are with the sideboard for the blue-white-red Splinter Twin deck. Going down the line, we have an Aven Mind Sensor. Really good against things like Escape Shift. Effects that search their decks, things like that. It's just really, really good. It's got flash, so they cast Escape Shift, you just resolve an Aven Mind Sensor, and suddenly they fizzle. It's really good. Still kind of narrow, so that's why I'm only playing 1. 2 Rest in Peace, because it's really good against any kind of graveyard-based strategy. It's good against eggs, which is like apparently the boogeyman of the format. And other renovation-based strategies, they do exist. They're not the strongest or the most commonly seen, but eggs is number 1, and Rest in Peace is good against eggs. 4 Dispels, because they're the ultimate trump in a counter war. Paying 1 mana to win a counter war is way better than paying like 4 for like a Cryptic Command or something like that. So like we go all out on the dispels to win those fights. And then Gate is really just like a fifth way to win the fight. Um, then we have Disenchant. It's really for Birthing Pod more than anything. But if you do manage to play against robots, or I still call it Affinity, but that deck is really good there as like an awesome amount of removal. And you can also destroy enchantments, so you can like get other Splinter Twins if that matchup comes up, which is what Spellskite's also for, because Spellskite's really good. You just take their Splinter Twin, and that's the end of that. Ajani Vengeance is really good against aggro decks because we've got more Lightning Helixes. Is really good against, I think I like him against Jund, because they also play Vengeance, so you want to be able to out-Vengeance their Vengeance, and so on. And he's really good against slower control decks and all that kind of stuff. Electrise is good against the aggro decks, or any like Lingering Souls decks, or X1s, or anything like that. It's really good. Celestial Purge is awesome against Jund, or any black-based permanents. Liliana the Veil, I don't know if anyone actually plays Phyrexian Arena or anything like that. It's very good. And then we've got 2 proxied Threads of Disloyalty. I'll put a picture up on the screen for you guys so you can see the card if you're unfamiliar with it. But it's a mind control effect that takes a creature with converted mana cost 2 or less. And it's really good against Tarmogoyfs or anything like that. It's really like, you really bring it in for Tarmogoyfs to steal Tarmogoyfs in I guess like zoo matchups, or any deck where it's like they're really leaning on Tarmogoyf, or Tarmogoyf is going to be the biggest thing in the matchup other than your creatures. So, you Threads take the Tarmogoyf, and suddenly they can't kill it, or they have to kill you with their own guy. It's a 2-for-1, and like, it blocks all the dudes in the process. It's a good tempo card. It really swings the game back in your favor if you can resolve one. So that's the sideboard. It's pretty self-explanatory, pretty broad, honestly, for the matchups. No too specific hate. But yeah, that's the sideboard, and we'll see how the games go. Thanks.